Hey folks, and welcome back to Lonely Horror Guitars. So welcome to number 3 of How Long Does It Take to Make a Guitar series, or How Long Does It Take to Make an Acoustic Guitar series. And today we're going to start with joining this back. So this is how I want it to be. We've got a little mold here to help us visualize. But you can see this is not very tight. So this was a very rough cut that we did originally. And what we're going to do is we're going to make this nice and tight and then glue it together. So we're going to actually make the straight edge on the table saw. I find you can't do this on the joiner, but I find for thin stuff like this, table saw works better for me. Maybe other folks that get different results, but that's what works for me. And we're going to cut them at the same time so that if the table saw blade is not 100% perfect, the angles will cancel out. So let's double check that we folded this right. Yes, this is going to be the edge we cut. About as good as it can get, and then I tape them together so they won't move in relation to each other. Next I use nice straight beam. I've got this on top just to make sure that if I've got any kind of flex in the top, it's pushed down well. Now we have a nice tight joint. Now, we're going to do the same thing to the top. And we're just going to do a little previs to see if there's any reason, like, maybe bad spots or something like that, why we might choose to join on one edge or the other. My preference is to have the tighter grain. It's towards the middle of the guitar. But let's take a look and see what happens if we do the opposite. So in this case, some of this uglier grain will get maybe covered by the fretboard, and then we've got tighter stuff out towards the edge. I think I prefer the other. That was not really apparent when looking at it from the top, so we might have to swap that side. Yeah. that would be part of our join. Okay, so here's the reason why we might, or we're going to go with the tighter grain towards the outside, is because we've got this mess that we've got to kind of cut out. All right, our back is all glued up and sanded to thickness. This is about 82 thousandths. The top is glued up, but we are not going to sand to thickness because we're going to go ahead and cut the rosette in here, so when the rosette gets put in, it will be sanded to the same level as the top. So this is going to wrap it up for today's video. If this is the kind of content you like, please like, subscribe, and we'll see you at the next one.